Fortunately, a little longer. Definitely a lot more time to be in the gym and train, but I approach it the same way last year. I found my home and I got to work and trying to have the best season of my career. That's the goal for next year too.
The fans in the city went on this roller coaster with you guys over the season and the playoffs. What do you say to them? Like, how do you get over this loss, and how does the city move on too?
It's sports and things happen in sports and that's the great thing about it. We were on the tough end of the stick this year, but we have a really good team that's still here. The core group of guys and most of the players are coming back next year for sure. So we're going to put out a good product next year, and we're going to make another run at it.
And looking at the team next year, just how special, how good do you think this team can be next year?
Really good. I think the way we played for most of the year, and then how much better we got when Stoner came here. He made our team that much better, and we only had him for a small chunk of the season. So you have a guy like that in the lineup for the whole season. You never know what happens in the off season. Sports is a business, so you might lose guys, you're going to gain guys, but we're going to have a good group. We have basically mostly everybody coming back, so there's a lot of confidence in this room.
This year was really up and down for this team. Felt like more like a regular NHL season. How do you grow? How do you use this loss in the playoffs as extra motivation for next year?
I mean, anytime you get kicked out of the playoffs, it's motivation. You turn on the TV and you see other teams playing. It's frustrating to watch, and I have a tough time watching hockey when we lose. So, I got to put up with it for a month and a half now. And next year I don't want to do that. I don't want to watch other teams. I want to be the team playing. And I think every other player in this room wants to do the same. So, we had extra motivation last year, getting so close, and a frustrating finish this year. So I think this team's got a big chip on its shoulder coming into next year.
What did the team do to put you in a position to succeed personally?
Oh man, put me with some good line mates. Obviously my line mates helped me out a lot this year. But just giving me the opportunity to play. I think with Turk, when you make a mistake, he's not afraid to throw you back out there and then let you rectify that mistake, and that allows you to play with confidence, and that's up and down the lineup. That you saw from last year, everybody who had career years, and this year same thing. There's a lot of players playing really good hockey that maybe didn't do that in past seasons. So I think just being able to play with confidence is the biggest thing.
You're a pretty good trash talker yourself. How would you score a DeBoer versus Gallant?
It's tough when you make things up in a chirp. You gotta be coming with facts. So I would say Turk took that one for sure.
Ryan, you talked about your line mates. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, we know, is a UFA this offseason. How has he made you better?
Well, we don't get scored on as much. He's really good in the defensive zone, and that's what he brings. You can see him on the penalty kill. He blocks shots better than anybody in the league. He's really good in the defensive zone. So when we have the confidence of not getting scored on, and we're adding in some offense, that allows him to play us a little bit more, and that's what Belly brings.
Such a tight locker room. Would you guys say to Cody Eakin afterwards?
It's tough to say anything, but I went up to him and just said, that's not on you. We all know that it was a tough call, and I don't even think it warranted 2 minutes. And it's tough for Eaks to, you see him pacing in the locker room when we came in for before overtime, and it's tough to see a guy like that obviously he's bearing some of that on his shoulders. Unnecessarily, but it's tough to see a teammate like that. But there's nothing you can really say.
You mentioned how good Belly is on the penalty kill. Not having him, how much do you think back and say, what if he was playing? What if he was there?
Yeah, I mean, there's always what ifs in sports, and guy gets hurt. You can't look at it like that. That's the lineup we had. That's the lineup we had to deal with. They dealt with their captain going down and not being on the power play, and they overcame that. So there's just, what ifs are. You can go through that for weeks.
Do you it's probably tough now, but will you look back at this as a good season, a fun season? I mean, it obviously didn't end the way you wanted, but you guys had a lot of success, did a lot of good things.
Yeah, I think. Well, yes and no. I mean, we definitely went through some slumps where we lost some points. We could have gained ground on San Jose, on Calgary, maybe taken over second place. Especially towards the end of the season there. Every team goes through that though, but it was an okay season, but it's not the way we wanted it to finish. So I'm not going to say it was a great season.
How tough is it, and
Do two more for Ryan.
to go through that handshake line afterwards and kind of maintain your composure? Because you're a pro, you have to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what happens in the series. You go to war against guys playing the same sport as you, and no matter what the outcome, you shake their hand. And whether we like each other or not, it was a good hard fought series, and you got to show your respect.